What's going on, guys? This is Magus2K, and this is my Between the Sticks podcast where I talk about games, gamers, in the gaming industry. And got a guest on here today. I got a buddy of mine. His name is El Superbisto14. What's going on?
Hey man, how's it going, dude?
It's
All
going,
good here.
it's going good, man. Going good, going good. Really quick, want to start this thing out. Talk about just the games that we're playing and games that we want to play. What games have you been playing lately?
All right. Well, last few games, I've been trying to play Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, for like the last 4 months, and I'm still struggling to try to even like finish the game. Not because it sucks or anything. Um, it's just by the time that I get done with whatever, like it's like 11 o'clock. I'll play for a couple hours and be done.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Yeah. And this is the third one, right?
yeah, that's the third one.
Okay.
I know you gave up after playing the second one.
I couldn't do it, man. I felt like I was playing, I don't know, it's supposed to be a Final Fantasy game. I felt like I was playing some sort of Pokemon game or Monster Hunter, like you had to recruit monsters. And I couldn't get into it, dude. I couldn't do it. I tried. I put
Oh
like
man.
4 hours into it before I gave up.
Oh man, story-wise, it wasn't bad, dude. It's just the ending in the second one, man. Man, I was so mad. I don't even, to be honest, dude. Like, I played through I beat it. I beat the second one. They got the special ending,
Okay.
and I kind of got mad because they shouldn't even have made the sequel in the first place.
Yeah.
But playing this third game, it's it's doing really good in terms of finishing the story to go back and complete everything. But
Yeah.
man, I still have yet to beat it, and I'm struggling too because I'm still anticipating this PS4 that I'm getting sooner or later, so I can try to
Yes.
get down on some Destiny.
Hey, man. A lot of people, man. I like the game a lot. A lot of people don't like it because I guess it's true though. It is a lot of like rinse and repeat. Um, you do your story, like your story missions. It's really grindy. I think that's what everyone's having problems with. Um, so you have your story that you do. You level your character up. Once you get to a certain level, which is level 20, then you have to start leveling your character up by upgrading your gear and getting like better gear. Um, Up to level 20, you level up via experience that you get for killing, enemies and finishing missions. And then from 20 all the way up to, well, right now the cap is 32. You have to level up with light. So like each piece of armor or gear that you get has a certain light um, number to it. So from level 20, it might cost you X amount of light to get to level 21, and then you get that through the gear, and you upgrade the gear, and like with the upgrades comes, you get more light points through that way. And a lot of people don't like it because um, once you get to the high 20s and into like 30, the only way to level your stuff up is to get the gear from the raids. And in order to do a raid, you need a part. Well, I mean, you technically don't need, but you can have up to a party of 6, and you go through the raid and you get certain rewards through the raid, whether it's armor or like the weapon. And each specific raid has its own gear, or weapon that you can get, or weapons that you can get. So the problem with this, I mean, I think it's a good idea, but the problem with it is you can only get the gear and the weapons once a week. So you go through the raid. Say if you do it like on a Tuesday and you
Oh,
finish it, you get your weapons, you get like whatever prizes you get, your spoils. Um, you have to wait till the following Monday. I mean, you can do the raid as many times as you want after that, but you'd have to wait till the following Monday to get more, to get the opportunity to get more gear and more weapons. Um, so like say you could do the raid once and you might get like, so like your character, you can equip like head armor, like a helmet, your chest or body armor, and your leg armor, and and like gloves. So it's like 4 pieces of armor. You can go through the raid and get like one if you get your helmet.
oh man.
And yeah, so you have to wait a week before you can go back and and get something else. If you get something else, you're not guaranteed to get um, a piece of armor. You'll also get like say you get like these shards of energy, and you can only get them in the raid as well, and you can only get them weekly. And to upgrade, say like one piece of advanced armor fully, you need like a total of, let's say like 15 to 21 shards when you only get probably up to like six each run.
Oh man,
So I'm on level 31. I've been trying to get to level 32 for like the last like 2 months. It's just
does it
it's
ever
really
feel like it drags so much that you just want to quit though?
um sometimes. I mean, that's why I try not to play as much as I used to. I used to play like nightly, like every night, and I try to not do that because I don't want to, I guess, not bore myself, but um I don't know, just get tired of it, tired of doing all the runs. Like I've taken a break from it. I'll be honest. Like I haven't played. I played the game maybe once or twice in the last 2 weeks. Um,
Well,
but I'm starting to get back into it.
it's all good, man. I'm trying to think though, man. I'm about to get this game sooner or later, and
Hmm.
I got to start from like square one, man.
Yeah.
How like how long did it take you to like grind up to 20, and then like,
Oh man, a few
or I should say
months.
like, when is the point where I got to struggle to level up since it's no longer like as easy after doing missions and
Um,
and the strikes.
I would say high 20s, because you can do a strike and you're always the gear that gets you from 20 to 20. Well, I don't know, 28 or 9 is not necessarily raid gear. So you could find it in strikes. You can find it in your weekly. You get like a daily mission that you have to complete every day, and you get prizes that way. There's a weekly strike or dungeon that you have to get each week, or you have to beat each week, and you can get armor and stuff from that, weapons. And then there's like what they call a weekly nightfall strike.
Okay,
That's when like the enemies are like even more stronger and take less to kill you. It's really hard. You need like all three people in your party to do it. Um, but I mean, getting from 20 to, we'll say, like 27 isn't that hard. Like you'll do it like just by doing strikes, but
okay,
getting to the 30s and like, up to 32, it can be really grindy, and a lot of people were turned off by that. Another thing that turned everybody off was this the Dark Below, the first DLC that came out.
okay,
A lot of people thought it was too short, and I kind of agree. I mean, there was only a few missions, and then a few. And not only are there like missions you can do in your story, there's also bounties where it's like, oh, kill X amount of enemies with like this type of move or something like that, or complete 5 bounties in a day, or beat this story mission on like a hard difficulty setting.
okay.
So I mean, it wasn't too long. I mean, it probably took me a couple weeks just to beat it, and I mean, given the time that I have to play, I'm only on at night. So you figure I play like a couple hours every night. I mean, it was okay for what it was, but it wasn't. They could have done better, and Bungie realized that, and they released a statement said and they said they won't make the same mistake that they made with the first one. Um, but I mean, overall, I enjoy the game. Like I still play it. There's also the multiplayer, like your team deathmatch and all that stuff, and you can even get gear that way too.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, there's quite a bit of stuff to do, but I mean, a lot of it can be repetitive if because the daily missions that you do are story missions that you've already completed, but they're just like in a harder difficulty setting. The weekly strike is a strike that you've already probably completed, um, or you haven't, if you haven't done it yet. But it's a lot of the same, um, kind of. But I mean, I enjoy it. I don't
Do you
know.
do you find yourself like? Let me ask you this, man. When you play Destiny, and then obviously like like for the last couple of times we play Call of Duty, and now I'll even go as far as like when we used to have the Xbox 360 and play Halo, man. Like, how do you compare Destiny to all that?
Um, well, okay, so Call of Duty, to me, for me, all of the Call of Duties are pretty much the same because you have your campaign, and then you have your online multiplayer, and then like your survival. Whether it's like with Modern Warfare 3, it was like you destroy waves of enemies. Then Ghosts, you destroyed waves of aliens, and your Black Ops, I think, was the zombies. That's that's not nearly as in depth as Destiny. Like Destiny, yes, you have your multiplayer, but you know your multiplayer like Call of Duty, you have your main story, but there's also like a lot of side stuff to do too.
Okay.
So I mean, and not only that, like you also get 4 classes to choose from. Is it 4? I think it's 4. No, it's 3.
I think it's
In
3.
Destiny, yeah, in Destiny you have your Warlock, you have your Titan, and you have your Hunter, and each of those have like different, you know, completely different abilities. Um, and also they have like their um, each. If I'm correct, each class has 2 like subclass types. So like let's take Warlock for example. You have like your Warlock skills, your skill set, which is called Void Walker, and it uses like all void energy, and like all those abilities are different from its other subclass called Sunsinger, and like all of those abilities are like fire based, solar based.
Oh, okay.
So you have to master both sets of abilities to master your class. So I mean, I guess that gives you a lot to do as well. That also comes from experience, like getting experience using it against enemies, and that's how you level them up. Um, but in Halo, I mean, Halo was Halo. I mean, honestly, the last Halo game I played was Halo 3, and I think that was on 360.
Yeah, dude, because I think that was like one of the first games I got when I first got the 360.
Okay, so I mean, Halo was your campaign and then your online multiplayer, and I think that was it, really. I don't think there were any other modes that I can think of.
Nah, man, that sounds pretty accurate when it's just like your story, and then if you felt like you had to like go to like legendary and then like try to beat that.
Yeah, yeah, there was that too. But I mean, I like Halo. Like Halo 2 is a game that got me playing online in the first place because that was the very first online game I ever played, and I played that game religiously. Like, I mean, this is back though, like my college days. I worked at a grocery store part time. I went to school, and my hours at school didn't really involve me um, getting up early. So I was up to like 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, just about every night, just playing with my buddies from work, just playing Halo 2 all night, man. It was so much fun. But yeah, I mean, I think you'll enjoy Destiny, just for what it is. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hopefully, man. I just hope that I don't get to a point where, like, when I'm trying to like grind, like in the last few levels, like I get mad. I know people like in the meantime will like switch, like if they got like their Titan
Hmm.
that they'll try to level up as much as they can, and then when they're mad, like they'll just switch off to another class,
Yeah,
and then level another class.
yeah,
Um,
that's true. I think that's true.
uh,
I
Either way,
recently started a new character.
it's gonna be pretty cool to go about it. Either way, I'm excited as hell to play that. Um, but out of all the classes, man, like which one do you enjoy the most, though?
I've only played 2 out of the 3. My main character, the level 31, is a warlock, and
Okay.
I enjoy that class. That class is pretty badass. I just started a hunter. I'm like level 6, so I haven't really got too much in depth into that character.
Oh, all right.
A buddy of mine, you might have even played online with him. Do you remember? His name is Blazing Days.
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember.
he. I play with him a lot on Destiny. He has a Titan,
Okay.
and he said that class is really cool. The abilities are really good. So I think it's just personal preference, really. I think.
Hmm. Sweet.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I think you'll enjoy Destiny.
Sweet.
Um, for me, I mean, is that the only game you're looking forward to playing, or is there anything else?
To be honest, man, I have to juggle between Destiny. I have to
Okay.
juggle GTA 5,
Oh, I
and
want to play
then
that game so bad, dude. I've
and
been watching people stream that game. There's like so much shit to do in that game, man.
dude, I can't wait to do that, and then because I think you recommended it, and like 5 other people recommended it at work, like The Last of Us, like remastered. I
Oh,
got lucky that
dude,
that came in a bundle.
bro, that game was fucking fantastic, man. The story was freaking amazing. it like takes a whole new look on like the survival horror genre. Um, I mean, like, it's like a behind the back type of game, I guess, kind of. It kind of reminds me of Uncharted. No, I can't even say behind the back, but it's like a third person type game, kind of like Uncharted. Um, for me, man, the story is awesome. Like it's, I'm not even gonna give anything away, man. You just have to play it. I loved that game.
Damn it, dude. And the problem is, was that all these games are like, it's highly acclaimed, and it's like, god damn it, I gotta like
Yeah.
split between 3 games, and then like I got vacation coming up at
Okay.
some point next week, and I gotta juggle at least 4 of those days to flip through 3 different games.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, I think you'll love that game, man. I'm actually thinking about going back and playing through it again and streaming it on Twitch.
Oh, that'd be cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that you're gonna love that game. That game is awesome.
Dude, sweet.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned GTA. That game I want to play so bad. Like I want to get that game. I've watched people stream it online, and because you have like your main story,
Right.
your missions and stuff. But there's like stuff you can do online. I think there's like online missions you can do and party up with people.
All right.
I think it's like heists. I think it's called, where you like go and rob. I don't know if you rob banks or whatever. Or
I
it's
think
like
that.
go and break in this warehouse and steal like what this item from like this group and try to make it out alive or something like that. And then
Oh man,
it looks like it's a shit ton of fun, man.
I can't wait. I so man, I think the only thing is I think the only thing that's gonna bug me coming from the PS3 to the PS4 is the fact that I finally gotta cave in and pay for the PlayStation Plus membership.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a lot. It's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be because I mean, you get a free game every month.
That's what I figured, dude. And I know that.
I mean, it might be an indie game, but it's a game. Like
Right.
not. I mean, I love Nintendo, but you don't see Nintendo doing it. I mean, well, I guess they do that sometimes. But like every month for PS Plus, you get a free game, and it also depends on the console you have. So
Right.
if you have PS Plus and you have a PS3 and you have a PS4, then you get 2 free games a month because you get one free game for PS4 and one free game for PS3, and then on top of that, if you have a PlayStation Vita, then you get 3 free games every month, one for each system.
Ah, okay.
So I mean, to me, it's worth it. I like PS Plus. Um, there's a lot of games that they do like discounts on.
Yeah.
Like I mean, some of them are pretty big, like price drops too. Um, it's worth it. I mean, and a lot. And for Destiny, you need to have PS Plus.
Right.
If you want to do like the matchmaking, like doing strikes and stuff, you have to have PS Plus to do that because it requires PlayStation matchmaking. Um, yeah. So, yeah. There's GTA 5 I want to play. The other 2 games I want to play really bad are Bloodborne and Dying Light. I don't know if you've seen anything about those games.
I'd seen the commercials for Bloodborne,
Hmm.
and like that looks kick ass. Um, I think that the light game, like I didn't see commercials for it. I think I might have seen like the little like the rotation preview that they have like at Best Buy, where it's like you select the preview to watch. And I
Okay.
remember seeing little bits of that.
Yeah, that game looks really cool. I mean, they have like a first-person type of like zombie survival horror game.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. Um, I don't know too much about like the story of Bloodborne. I just know that it plays kind of like Dark Souls. I don't know if you've played any of those games.
I played a demo. I can't say that I played through the game, but
Okay, I guess the gameplay is similar to that. I think. Um, so yeah, well, you know me, I have terrible gamer ADD. There's like 5 games I'm playing that I'm trying to beat all at the same time, and
yeah.
that's a bad idea. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Did you just get a Xenoblade Chronicles?
I did, for the new 3DS. Apparently, that game came out for the Wii originally.
Okay.
I never got the chance to play it, but I'm probably like 6 hours in. I threw down 6 hours on the game so far, and I love that game, man. That's an awesome RPG. Um, you should probably get a new 3DS if you want to play that game, man, because that game is awesome.
See the problem, man. It's like, but you seen it, man. If anything, you sold it to me, man. I sold it.
I
The
did.
Legend of Zelda
Yep.
3DS
Yeah.
XL, and it's like, man, unless they come out with another cool version, I don't think I can get rid of it just yet.
They had the Majora's Mask one, but that one sold out like in an hour because Nintendo's weird like that.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, so I just got that. I'm still working on Majora's Mask 3D. I think I'm close to beating that game. I have like one more temple to beat, and then the last temple, I think. I'm also playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. I didn't get too far in that game because I want to beat my other games before I get work on that game.
Yeah.
Um, and the main game that I'm kind of playing right now is on the PS4. It's that Final Fantasy 14 Online, A Realm Reborn.
Man, now let me ask you this, man. Because you have that game. You played 11, and you played well for a while when PC gaming was all that. You used to play World of Warcraft, dude. Like
Yeah.
your experience for this one, other besides graphics, man. Like how is it? How is this 14 compared to like 11?
Well, for me, I wouldn't. 11 wasn't that great of a game for me, but like it wasn't horrible either.
Okay,
If I had to give my opinion, I would say 14 is what 11 should have been.
okay,
Um, I didn't get too far in 11 because I lost interest very quickly, and it was well probably because I was so used to at the time I was so used to playing World of Warcraft because I played that game for what like 6 years, like
yeah,
maybe even more than that. Um, but 14 I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying it even more so because now I have like people that I'm playing with. My cousin has a friend that lives in Virginia, so like I've been playing with like her and like her husband, and then Blaze also plays Final Fantasy 14. Um, even Grade A Beef, he was on it for a while too. He hasn't played. I haven't seen him playing any game in a long time, like in general at all.
oh man, grade A beef, man. Last time I just hung out with him yesterday, but like,
Yeah,
um, but he just seemed like he's just kind of strung out from work, dude.
it sounds like it. I don't blame him. Just his work schedule. Yeah, the last time I played with him, I think it was Black Ops 2. It was a long time ago.
Oh man,
Yeah, I still gotta go see his house though. I know, he recently bought it, or is it an apartment? It's an
it's an apartment, but
okay, okay.
if anything, it
I
I
saw
guess
pictures. It looks nice.
it does, man. It's large. It's very large for what an apartment should be. If anything, I think what it did was like they just gave him like the main floor of like a house, and then like luckily enough, there was like an apartment upstairs that had like going all the way down to lengthwise to the house and back,
Yeah.
and then there's like some shabby like studio apartment in the basement.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
he has a but it's a large it's a large area, man. So I can't.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
Um. So yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 14. I'm loving the game, man. It's awesome. Um. It's even better if you have someone to play with. Um. You should get that game too and play that.
No, is there like a learning curve that I got to deal with in playing Final
No,
Fantasy?
just again. I mean, if it's all about knowing how to play MMO games.
Okay.
It's easy to pick up. It's all about controls, and if you're gonna get it on PS, because it's also on PC as well. I think even I think it's on Xbox. I'm not sure. Um, my recommendation though is if you're gonna play it on PS4, um, get a keyboard.
I know. I
Get a
remember
wireless keyboard or a keyboard.
you made like. So did you end up getting like a Bluetooth keyboard, or did you just plug in a USB straight to the PS4 and start typing, or?
Um, well, I found out a different way.
Oh, okay.
Um, because I don't know if you have it on your phone, but PlayStation has like a PS Mobile app,
Oh,
and you can connect your phone if you're connected to the same network that your PS4 is connected to, like on the internet.
okay.
You can connect your device to the PS4.
You know what, man? Since you're on the air, I have to. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of your viewers got like iPhones, and I'm like one of the few of our friends that still has an Android. So I have to wonder if that app even still if it even exists. I
I would,
imagine it does,
I
but
would check. Um,
since I'm on here, I might as well check and see. And what is
but
it? PlayStation Mobile?
yeah, I think it's just called. I think it's called PlayStation. Oh, let me look it up. It's called PlayStation. Yeah, just look up PlayStation.
I see PlayStation app,
Yeah, try that one. It should be
PlayStation
like
Mobile
it should be
game.
like a blue icon, I think,
Yeah.
with a white PlayStation symbol.
Yep. Let's
So
see.
yeah, so if your PlayStation's turned on and hooked to the internet,
Okay.
you launch the app and you sign in with like your PSID and all that stuff. Then you connect your PS4 through your phone, and there's like a thing on your screen you tap. It says second screen,
Okay.
and you tap it, and every time you bring up the prompt, like the keyboard prompt on your PlayStation,
Yeah.
it appears on here, and you just type on it, and it types on the screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like I'll bring up on my controller, I'll bring up like because there's like chat in the game, like typing like chat, like whether you're like in your party or like in your clan or it's called a free company. Um, so like I click on like the chat board thing, whatever it's called, like the text box, and I bring up the keyboard, and then it pops up on here, and then I just type on my phone, and then it appears as I'm typing it on the screen, and then I just hit X on my keyboard and it sends my controller, and it sends it. So instead of having to go with your D-pad like B, you just type it on your phone.
I
That's
was
a
trying
cool.
to, I was trying to say, Sony didn't sell the, you know how like I think it was on the Xbox and maybe on the PS3 where you had like that big bulky like connector that slammed on the top of the controller and then you had like your D-pad on top of your.
You
Or
could
the,
use that if you wanted to, but I
I was
don't
just
think you
saying
should.
I don't think I've seen it on the PS4 and I doubt I
There is one for the PS4.
is it really?
Yeah, it's a keyboard. I don't know exactly where it attaches, but I think it attaches on the bottom of the controller and it kind of runs up on top. I forget, but I think there is one for the PS4 controller, a keyboard attachment.
Man,
Um, but yeah, I mean, the game again, I like it a lot. Um, I'm kind of hooked on it. Um, the thing I like the most about it is, I mean, it basically kind of is World of Warcraft, but just everything is Final Fantasy, like your classes, um, like character models, and your stories, your jobs. You have like your warrior, lancer, healer, like white mage, black mage, summoner, dragoon. You know, it's all like Final Fantasy based, and there's just like a crap ton of stuff to do. Um, I'd recommend the game. Um, so the next thing I wanted to bring up, it kind of upset me because I don't know if you've heard the 3DS game codename S.T.E.A.M that came out on the Nintendo 3DS.
I only heard I don't even know that much about it, man.
Okay, it's kind of like a third-person shooting tactics RPG game.
Really?
Yeah, the gameplay is really cool. Um, the thing I wanted to bring up is um, Polygon released an article and said, "Hey guys, we did a review on the game, um, and like here is our review for codename Steam." And then you click on it, and they gave them like a really shitty, poor rating. It was like a 1.3 or
Right.
something like that. And the first the first sentence in the review was, "We did not complete this game." Um,
Well,
last time I checked, if you want to do a review on a full review on a game, regardless if you like it or not, you have to complete the game.
now
Like,
do you honestly feel like to do a proper review, like you have to like gut wrenching, like have to beat the game, even if you just like. Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think that for them, like if they like for that crappy review and that first and right off the bat that first sentence, do you think that it'd be better if for a lot of review sites in general, like to have to find like that one person that likes like those kind of games, to then try to play through it and then give like their honest review about it, or do you think that review like they could just pick like any random person from their office and let them give it a shot and see if it's even worth it?
See, that's a good question because I honestly don't know how they do their reviews. I mean, for all we know, that could be how they do it. But for me, I would say give that job to somebody who is going. Like for me, in my opinion, I'd rather the person play through the whole game, even if they hated it, and beat the game fully to get the full story, the full like everything that the game had to offer before you write a review on it. That's my opinion, though. That's just my opinion.
Now, do you think that they might have said like that opening sentence? Do you think they might have said that just because, like for like dramatic purposes, like they have to like I don't know, like emphasize on the fact that if it sucked that bad, or simply because that's just like a marketing thing where it's just like, yeah, it sucks that bad, don't do it.
I don't know, and that's the thing. Like the thing that's what boggles my mind is because I've heard a lot of positive stuff about this game. I'm part of like a We Like page. They're called Wii U Mad, and there was like a crap ton of people in that group that got Codename Steam, and all of them like I've rarely heard any bad things, negative feedback on the game. Like a lot of people love this game, and it's not even that it's a shitty game. Like for me, it's not a shitty game. It's a really good game. I mean, that's my opinion of what I think about the game. But there's a lot of people that like the game, so it's not even the fact that like the game is obviously garbage. I
Right.
mean, which it's not to me at least. So I don't know. It just kind of bothered me a bit. Like not only did they not complete the game, they gave it a shitty review. Like if you're just not going to finish the game, just don't don't
Right. Don't
review it
even
at
bother
all.
putting out the review.
Right. Like just don't do the review or don't review it at all. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a half-ass backwards thing for me. I don't know.
Now Polygon gave it like you said 1.3 or 1.6. Now, like did like other sites like GameSpot or like VG or like why did I say I was gonna say VGA? Wow. Like man, that's sad as hell. I don't even know many of the places that still do this like reviews for games. The only ones I know is like GameSpot.
Mm,
I don't want to say
IGN,
Electronic Game Monthly, but
IGN.
IGN and I'm trying to think even like other YouTube channels. Like I know like they'll give their okays or not, but at least for the most part they'll actually gameplay throughout like the majority of the game. But like, have you seen like any reviews that contradict Polygons?
Um, let's pull it up. Let's do this live right here. Hold on a sec. Oh shit, something I wanted to do. Because I mean,
Let me see. You know what? I can see. You know what? Since I'm on the laptop, I can actually
okay,
see.
IGN gave Codename Steam a 7.9 and said
Yeah,
it was good.
and I'm not sure how reputable Metacritic is, but like they gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of it's an okay rating.
It's average. It seems like. I mean, I guess ultimately, like you know, I'm not sure if like sites have to review it based on like a general idea of what a game should be, but like if a lot of people like the game, then honestly good for the company that made it.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I don't even know the company. Is it just Nintendo or was it maybe Nintendo
You know what it says?
and
Yeah, Nintendo published it, and developers are Intelligent Systems, and mainly it's just Nintendo. It's pretty much a Nintendo branded game. Um,
okay.
hey,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was I think it's a relatively good game, and just again, if you're just gonna, I don't know, not finish the game, oh, it's shit. You can't really say that because, okay, here we go. We're going. Okay, well, GameSpot gave it a 4 out of 10, but still, it's not a one.
yeah,
And they finished the game.
I will agree
But
that if you're gonna review a game, you have to finish it.
yeah,
Uh, if you really don't like a certain genre of games, then if you know someone that does and they feel like they should try to play it, then you
Yeah.
should let them go for it. Let them see their honest opinion. I don't know. I feel like sites, magazines, whatever, they should review games in the sense that it's like, all right, you're gonna go into it because you like this particular game in general. You're gonna go for it,
Hmm.
and if you feel like it honestly sucks, then at least it's more of an accurate review, in my opinion, than to say like you have someone like that likes you have someone that likes RPGs but absolutely hates like racing games, and you can give them like a review for like Forza Racing, and like they're gonna be like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I
Hopefully
don't
that's
know.
not how it goes. If it is, that's a damn shame beyond reason. But
Yeah, I hear you, man.
well, whatever. People make their
Um.
money somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Have you watched the latest Nintendo Direct?
I think the last Nintendo Direct I watched was like they brought like it was with Zelda
Okay.
and I'm trying to think. I remember watching some of the trailers too for the new one coming out on the Wii U. Um, but if I missed anything else, that's only because like I try to grab bits and pieces of it online.
Okay. Um. Yeah. I mean, there's only a couple things I really paid attention paid attention to on like the new Direct, and that was you had well, like the new Zelda was delayed until next year.
Right.
So can just go home.
That's all good.
So the
Oh, hi, Tony.
you don't know my fiance. You're live on YouTube.
Oh shit! Is it not just Tony? Is it not just Tony?
No, it's just us two, but we're live on YouTube.
What the hell? I was really scared for a minute.
Radio edit. No.
Yeah,
No, this is my fiance.
we'll edit you out. It's okay.
If possible, don't worry.
You called? My phone didn't even ring. That's weird. So anyway, so yeah, the two main things that I really paid attention to was the Mario Kart DLC, which is like more characters, more tracks.
Okay.
They added the new 200cc.
Ah.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's really fast. I saw like a video. It's like a comparison of 150 and 200cc.
Yeah.
It's really fast.
Like, how fast is 200cc? Are we talking like old school like F-Zero X racing?
Not that fast, but it is pretty fast.
Okay.
So there's that, and then I don't know if you saw like the new Smash Brothers DLC.
Oh, where they finally bring in Mewtwo.
Yeah, they brought him Mewtwo. And on the Direct, they announced they were bringing back Lucas from Brawl. He's from Mother 3.
Ooh.
And they had a poll. It's like, vote for your, a character you think should be in Smash, because I guess they're adding more.
Yeah.
And come to find out that I think they're adding a total of 6. So I submitted my poll, and I said it should, in my opinion, I think one character that should be in there is Gino from Super Mario RPG.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think just his move set would fit in really well in Smash, like his move set that he had in Mario RPG.
I think it would, dude. I know they could easily pull stuff out of him to easily accommodate for a move set. And I'm sure he's not that difficult in terms of like animate or to worry about like some weird like issues graphically trying to draw him or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, I think he would fit in really well in Smash Brothers. So I mean, there's a lot of people that were wasting their votes. I think, oh, let's put Goku in there, or hey, let's put Goku's not going to be in Smash. Come on, let's use your common sense here.
That'd be kind of weird though. Like you see like Pikachu and like Mario, and then also you see like Goku floating around with like the spirit bomb. I'm like,
He would like kill everybody. Goku would sneeze and kill the entire Smash Brothers roster.
Yeah, no, except for Supersonic.
Well, I guess maybe. Sega fan. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I'll probably admit that at the time. Like, I didn't have a Super, so I had my Sega Genesis, had my Sonic games. Um, Sadly, like left Sonic alone after like Sonic Adventures 2. Like, I guess I didn't try to play the whole like Sonic the 2008 or 2006 version of like Sonic the Hedgehog where supposedly
Yeah.
it hooks up with a chick. Like that just seemed too out of it for me.
Yeah, that game it was a little weird, I think. Um, so two really quick topics I want to touch on, and we're gonna wind this thing down.
Okay.
The announcement of Mario Maker. Have you seen that?
I seen all the videos online where you can make your own levels, and I remember seeing like I'm not sure if it was on the eShop, like they showed like a preview to it or a couple of images, but it looked cool beyond reason.
Yeah. One thing I really liked is the different templates you can use. Like you can use you can make a level from like the original Mario on NES. You can make a level from Mario 3 on NES, and then I think it's the new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
And did they do Mario World too? I think or no?
I think they did Mario World.
Yeah, that's awesome. And when they announced that, they talked about something that made me feel very old.
Oh.
And they announced that this year was the 30th anniversary of the release of Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo. I first played that game when I was 4.
Oh man,
That was a long time ago.
So we're going back
Oh,
to the year of 1989.
26 years ago.
Dude.
We're old, dude.
No, man, I'm sure that like other viewers, like I imagine they're older and they're like, curse you people for being much younger because.
Yeah, but like when I'm talking to somebody and I find out they're like in their teens and they're like, oh, the first Zelda game I played was Wind Waker. I'm like, oh, I was.
Oh, I haven't got.
What's the first Zelda game you played? I'm like the one on NES, like almost 30 years ago.
Oh God, no, I haven't got to that point yet, man. But
yeah, I painfully got to that point numerous times. But yeah, that made me feel really old part. But who cares? I'll be 70 and still playing Mario, Zelda, and
dude, I like to see us have the dexterity to be able to play Mario, or for that matter, I think the day that I would like to believe that I could still be able to play Street Fighter and
right.
60 and still pull off all the combos without like having arthritis in my thumbs and like breaking like my trigger fingers because I can't hit the shoulder.
Your arthritis. How'd you break your hand? I was trying to do a Shoryuken, and I hit the joystick too hard, and I broke my thumb.
Dude, I fear for that day. If it ever did, I'd be like, damn it.
Yeah. Hopefully that day never comes.
Hopefully it doesn't.
So the last thing I wanted to bring up is something I've been kind of debating with people on Facebook on and off about. And to me, in my opinion, I think this whole fanboyism bullshit is killing the gaming industry. I think.
You get your Microsofts, your Sonys, and your Nintendos. All three fighting against each other for their superiority for their system.
Yeah, and I think it's stupid. I think it's petty. It's a waste of time. I mean, I just want to play the games. Like, I don't care what system, who has what system. Honestly, if I could, I'd have all three of them. But I only have a PS4 and I have a Wii U.
Okay.
Our friend TJ has a PS4 and an Xbox One, and to me, all of them have good games on them. It's just what games do you want to play more now?
Yeah.
Like I want to play the new Halo game that's coming out. The game looks awesome. That Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One looks amazing, and they brought back Halo 2, which is the game that I originally started playing online on, and they HD remade it just how they did with the first Halo.
Right.
Xbox 360 was it? Yeah, 360. And on top of that, they brought back all of the multiplayer maps that they'd ever made, so you can play them all online.
Right.
Like I don't have hate on another system, and that's another thing. And one of the biggest arguments is, oh, you're playing this game and it's not, it's not even in 1080p. It's only in 720p. Like, who gives a shit? Like, that doesn't even determine, to me, that doesn't, what resolution it is doesn't, for me, determine how good a game it is. Like, for me, story, gameplay, you have your characters, character development, story development, like, that makes a good game, not what resolution it is. Like, this whole 1080p, 60 frames per second bullshit is just a waste of time, and it's idiotic, I think.
Man, the whole 720, man, you're gonna piss people off with that whole like 720p. Like
They can be pissed, but
I think not so much that it determines if the game sucks or not. I just honestly think that it's sad when a lot of people will put down a game for that particular system only because of some like random like programming like option that developer did for that particular system.
yeah.
And I know, and damn well PS4 and the Xbox One could easily push out like all like highest resolution and things and all that.
Yeah.
They could easily do it. I think over the years I've seen games that like could easily reach potentials beyond reason, and I just think it's really lazy programming.
Yeah, and right, like my biggest example of that is this new PS4 game that came out. Was it last month? Maybe it was a month before. The Order 1886.
Yes.
Like, that game has extraordinary graphics. It looks freaking amazing. Probably like one of the best looking games on PlayStation 4, but it lacks the gameplay. Like, everybody makes fun of that game now. They just call it like, oh, did you watch The Last of Us yet? It was, or not Last of Us. Did you watch The Order yet? Like, that was an awesome movie. Like, it became an interactive movie with some gameplay. Like, I don't know. They dropped the bomb on that one. Like, yes, it looks amazing, but you have to have gameplay for it to be called a game. So for me, The Order 1886 is just an interactive movie. It's not a game.
Oh man, and I might regret bringing this up, man. But do you feel like, okay, so you got movies that feel more like, or games that feel more like movies? Did you feel that way when you play the new Final Fantasies, or in this particular case, like the 13 series? Like, did you ever feel like you were really watching a game or watching a movie more than you really got down playing a game?
At times, yeah, but it's not nearly as bad as The Order. Like, The Order, I've seen people stream it, and it's like, okay.
So you got like 30 minutes of like
when is the game
animation going?
Yeah, the only problem I had with 13 was the same problem I had with 10. I like 10. Like, I love 10. Like, 10 was a great game.
Yeah.
The only problem I had is they started diminishing the fact that there's no open world that you can explore. It's just go from here to here to here to here and do everything in between. And the same thing happened with 13. There's no like world map where you can like literally walk from one town to another. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I enjoyed 13, but I just wish they would have had that aspect of RPG in the game.
I do feel like they should have done better with 13 in that aspect. But I mean, the story was good, at least until you found out they made a sequel. And like I said, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But I think the last games I know that are open world, and I'm sad that I've never beaten them yet, is Final Fantasy 12, because that was completely open world with like its own little like unique system of fighting.
I still haven't beaten the game either, and I hear they might be doing. Square Enix might be doing an HD remaster on the game for PS4 and 3, I think.
If that's the case, and for your viewers and everything, I would recommend just playing 12 simply because like it was
a good game, I thought.
It was a good game. I felt bad because that was at the point where like I bought the game, played like halfway through it, and then like I transitioned off to the PlayStation 3 and all the other games I got for that in the beginning. So that's the only thing that kind of sucked was that I wish if I had a working PS2, I wish I can go back and play it.
Yeah, same here, man. Absolutely. For me, when I started playing that game, and actually when I finally got the game and started playing it, it was around the time that the Wii came out, and you know me, like I'm a big Zelda fan, so that thing launched with Zelda, and it was just Zelda and the Wii ever since then, and then Metroid, and I just got caught up on that, and then my PS2 kind of crapped out on me, so I was never able to finish the game. So if they do an HD remake, you better believe I'm gonna get on that.
Oh yeah, dude. Now speaking of remakes, man, do you feel like just because of the fact that it's in a newer system, like, do you feel like currently, like, all the games are being oversaturated with those like remakes of high definition versions of games, man?
Um, they are and they aren't. I think so far they've the games that they have been doing HD remasters on. I think they've been the right decision on games. Um,
Okay.
like for instance, when they just did the Resident Evil that Nintendo remade on the GameCube,
Yeah.
they did an HD remaster of that, and that was a classic. I mean, that game was just absolutely amazing. I think that was a smart choice on a game to remake. As long as like these companies don't get too carried away and just start cranking out remake after remake after remake, then I think everything should be okay. Everyone should be happy.
Now I'm gonna ask this question: is there a particular game that you want to see remade? Now, just for the sake of because of conversations, blogs,
Yeah.
and whatever, we'll just exclude Final Fantasy VII out of that list because
Honestly, I'm probably one of the very few people. I hope they don't remake Final Fantasy VII. I think it was perfect the way it was, in my opinion. But if I had to choose one game to be like remastered in HD, um, oh wow, that's I don't know, man. I don't know if I can pick just one.
well, just okay. It's
Well, for
not one.
starters, Final Fantasy 12, like that game needs to be remade. I think just
Okay,
because I know not everybody had the opportunity to play and enjoy that game.
right.
That game needs to be remade. Um, um, I think one thing I know they just released this on the eShop, but if they and I know that there's two more um, Metroid games that Nintendo's gonna release, a 3D
Okay,
and a 2D one. But after release this 3D one, if they they, in my opinion, they should maybe do like some sort of bundle where they take the Metroid Prime collection and HD remake it on the Wii U and release it either
okay.
with or after this new one comes out. I think that's a good decision. I think. I'm also hearing rumors that they might redo the Zelda Twilight Princess.
Ooh,
I mean, they're rumors, so I mean, it's not confirmed or anything, but
that's
I
pretty
think it
cool
would be
though.
cool. Yeah, yeah, that would be cool. I think. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, as long as these companies don't rely too heavily on that and just work on the games that they want to release, and then maybe do like one here and one there. I think that would be okay.
Hmm. All right. And I know I said that we shouldn't include Final Fantasy VII in it at all, but I'm one of those people that it has to be done only because of the stupid fact that when they did that tech demo for the
Oh
PS2,
yeah,
that was many years ago,
man.
and like,
Square Enix loves to troll people, man. They love to do that. They did the tech demo, and then they made the big announcement this year when they started showing Final Fantasy. I think it was at a I don't know.
the,
I think it was just a Square Enix press conference or something.
yeah, they're like, it's finally coming to the PS4, and it's like the
And then
PS4, like,
yeah, everybody got excited, and then they're like, "It's a port from the PC one," and everyone's like,
you can tell that everyone like just shit on the carpet that
yeah."
day because it was like,
That completely just took the air out of the room.
uh, I I feel like if they ever did a remake.
I would get it just cause.
No, it has to. I would feel like they don't gotta change a lot in the game.
Mm-mm.
I feel like they have to. I know there's like the international version. I think it has like a few other things that are
Mm-hmm.
missing and a few other story plots that come into play. But I feel like if they like, it has to be the international version that they have to remake.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't have to try so hard in terms of like expanding the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess the problem with if they ever did remake it was the fact that they would have to like consider like all the other games like Crisis Core and like whatever other movies, and they have to kind of like somehow fit it together to make sense of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the only other game that I would ever want to ever be remade, and I'm trying to look through my collection real quick. Um, And it's stupid as hell. I just want to see Thousand Arms like for the PS1 like remade. Even if it's just like a whole bunch of like better sprites or something, that'd be cool as hell with that.
I get it. That game was fantastic. I thought. But
I know people are like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, you should really play it. It's all the it's pretty much like playing through an animated cartoon in Japan, and the whole concept of that RPG is you don't level up by grinding and killing enemies. Well, you kind of do, but the whole premise is like to get your weapon stronger. Like you have like a whole bunch of women in your party with their different abilities, and you gotta go on dates with them to power up your weapons.
I remember that. That was awesome. I thought.
Oh man, if that's one game I would wish that would be remade or remastered, or even just like a spiritual sequel. Like I would want that game.
Yeah, I would too, dude. Absolutely. That would be one. That's definitely one I would want to get remade. But all right, man. I think we're gonna wind this thing down.
Cool beans, man.
Yeah, man. Wanted to thank you for coming on the podcast and just shooting the shit with me and talk about stuff that's on our minds, and I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
Oh, dude, this was fun as hell, man. I hope to do as many more as time goes, man. Hopefully, like there'll be some other great. Hopefully, there's more like. It seems like right now, like things are at a standstill for gaming, other than like your full releases, because you figure you wait, summer hits, and then like they'll try to come out with a couple of games from the summer, and then you got like your whole like fall winter lineup.
Yeah, that's usually that's gaming season is like the fall and winter, because that's when all the hard hitting stuff comes out, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely have to have you on again, man.
This is cool, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, anytime. For all the guys that are watching, you can follow me on Twitter. Twitter username is @mags2k, MAGS2k. You can also follow me on Twitch. My Twitch name is Magus_2k. I'm always like broadcasting. I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty lately, throwing knives on Ghost. And yeah, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for the next episode of the Between the Sticks podcast. Take it easy, everyone. See you later, Beast.
All right, take care, man.